Unexpected decline in core CPI sends Bitcoin price higher. Bitcoin has been consolidating in a range 10% to 15% below record highs as investors largely tempered expectations of further interest rate cuts. By Krisztian Sandor, edited by Stephen Alpher, January 15, 2025. 1:40 p.m. UTC. While headline inflation came in faster than hoped in December, investors for the moment are in buy mode after an unexpected decline in the year-over-year core rate. Powered by 00:13/44:03101 1.6K2 Bitcoin mining in the Nordics W/Jaran Mellerud. STLP0 fill. Hashtag FF3E5F. .st1 fill. Hashtag FF.st2 fill. Hashtag FF3E5F. Share.lsx 1 isolation. Isolate. .lsx 2 fill. Hashtag FF3E5F. .lsx 3 fill. Hashtag FFF. NextStayThe, the closely watched consumer price index, CPI, increased 0.4% in December, slightly higher than analyst consensus and the previous month's 0.3%. On a year-over-year basis, CPI was up 2.9%, compared to analyst forecasts for 2.9% and previous month's reading at 2.7%. Core CPI, which excludes food and energy costs, rose 0.2% in December, versus expectations for 0.2% and the previous month's 0.3% figure. Core CPI year-over-year, however, dipped to 3.2% against forecasts for 3.3% and the November rate of 3.3%. The core pace of inflation is of considerable import to policymakers, who have expressed at least a modest bit of frustration over its stickiness above 3% as headline inflation fell at a far quicker pace. The price of Bitcoin, BTC, rose about $1,500 in the minutes following the report to $98,500 following the report, up 2% over the past 24 hours. CoinDesk data shows and traditional markets. U.S. stock index futures added about 0.5% after the data, while bond yields and the dollar both sharply declined. Crypto markets have traded rangebound through January at the whims of macroeconomic data and monetary policy expectations amidst a strong economy and concerns of sticky inflation. Bitcoin consolidated mostly below $100,000 since Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell's hawkish comments in December. That, along with a string of stronger-than-forecast economic and inflation data, led market participants to nearly erase all expectations for rate cuts this year. Most recently, Tuesday's Producer Price Index, PPI, for December showed cooler-than-expected inflation readings, supporting BTC's rebound to $97,000 following the abrupt sell-off below $90,000 earlier in the week.